Hello, and welcome to this Field Ascend video. In this walkthrough, I'll show you how to create jobs, quotes, estimates, and purchase orders, and how all of these tie together inside Field Ascend. We're starting here on the main dashboard. There are multiple ways to create a job, and the same goes for a quote. Up here we have the quotes and jobs tables, which are very similar in layout. On the quotes table, you'll see the same column options for each one. Heading back to jobs, we can create a new job directly from this page. Just hit New Job. We also have the option to use job presets, and there's a separate video covering those. If we hit New Job here, you'll see Field Ascend creates a brand new job, number 4441. The job has been created, but it's blank because we started from nothing. So we manually select the customer, then the site, and from there we can attach a quote or assign equipment to the job. There are other ways to create a job, and it's the same for quotes. Heading into the CRM, this is where we can drill down into a customer. We can drill down further into a site and create a job from the Jobs panel. Just hit Add Job. That creates a job with the same preset options. We can drill down even further by opening the site. When we open it, a side panel appears showing that customer's sites. We have the same tabs here: Quotes, Jobs, Equipment, and Documents. From the Jobs tab, we can create a new job, and the same on the Quotes tab. For example, hitting Add Quote from this panel creates a new quote. And because we drilled down from the site, the customer and site are already filled in. If we'd created it from the dashboard floating button instead, it would be a standalone quote, not linked to anything yet. We can drill down one step further by going into a piece of equipment. We call this equipment in Field Ascend. On this site, we have 113 pieces of equipment, quite a lot. Let's open one up. From here, we can see all the equipment details, and we can create quotes and jobs directly from this view. The presets are available here too. Let's create a quote from this equipment record. Hitting Create Quote. We've now generated a new quote, number 7067. You'll see the customer and site have come through, and this time the equipment record has come through too. We'll stick with this quote and complete it so I can show you how to email it to the customer and pick the template you want to send. We'll give it a test title, a test reference, and a test customer. We also have a revision field we can fill in, a lead time, and a valid until date. We can add quote notes here as well, or leave them blank. We can also drag and drop documents straight into the quote. Field Ascend can be configured to pull documents and photos through to the quote PDF template automatically. Further down, we have the quote layout. Now let's price the quote up. There are multiple ways to do this. We have the simple list version, and on the simple list, we can add quoted hours, materials, miscellaneous lines, and mileage. We'll add some quoted hours, which use your configured rates. There's a separate video covering rates. Let's add on-site and travel, 4.5 hours. Because we have rates stored, Field Ascend brings this through at 375. We'll save that. Next, let's add some materials. We can add them from stock or add one manually. We'll call this test material cost 50 and save. Then we'll add a miscellaneous line, test misc. You can make this as long as you want. Drag the corner to expand it, and you can drop full paragraphs in. Let's give it a price, $2,000, and save. Now at the bottom of the quote, you'll see the pricing totals. At this point, you'd normally be ready to email the quote to your customer. We can preview the PDF. This shows what the customer will see. It's a basic quote layout. We can download it, and we can also email it from here. When we hit email, Field Ascend automatically pulls through your client's contact details. We can see the subject line, which is set up under email settings, and the body of the email, which is also fully customizable. In this example, we have built-in buttons for your client to accept, quote, decline quote, or leave feedback. These are live, active buttons inside the email. Customers can also accept quotes through their customer portal. Let's send the email. Email sent. Back in the comments history, we can see the email is now sending, with date stamps, timestamps, and we can view exactly what was sent. Let's close that. This is what the email looks like on the customer side, with the accept and decline buttons. We can accept quotes manually too, but for the purpose of this video, we'll accept it using the link. The customer sees this view. We hit accept quote, give it a test name and email, and confirm acceptance. That quote has now been accepted. If we head back to the quotes table, we can scroll to the quote we just created, QN7067. The row is highlighted green, meaning it's been accepted. We click into it. Here's the quote, accepted, with a job link to it. Hitting the interactive Lifecycle button and jumping to the job, we can see the job is there, linked to the quote. All the site details, the work to be done, and the miscellaneous lines have flowed through, along with the customer reference and the test reference. Let's give it a category, inspection, and set a status. We'll set it to in progress. We'll also clear the site compliance check. So we've now created a quote, accepted it, and generated a job linked back to it. Heading back to the job, we've now created the quote. The quote has been accepted, and Field Ascend has turned it into a job for us. Now say we want to order some materials for this job. We want to raise a purchase order. We can do that simply by hitting the Create PO button. Field Ascend automatically creates the link and generates purchase order number 025. You can see it's linked to job 4442 that shows in the Lifecycle bar at the top of the page. Now we can fill in the details. Let's set the currency, and we'll pick a supplier from the list. We'll go with CFT32 for this example. Similar to all the other modules in Field Ascend, we can email this purchase order straight to the supplier or download it as a PDF. Let's add some materials to the PO. We'll call this one test part, give it a quantity, set a price, and save the line. Then we can also receive those goods straight into stock. If we receive them in, we book them into a stock location. We'll use main warehouse, give it a quick note, and confirm receipt. From here, we can head back to the job. So that wraps it up, and we've shown you how to create a quote, how to accept that quote, and how to raise a purchase order directly from a job. In the next video, we'll create an invoice from this same job. Thanks for watching.